Hello and welcome back to ENG Engine, and my name is Bharati. The topic in this video is changing active voice to passive voice in past continuous tense. We have already learned the past continuous tense in the tenses, so you will know the structure. Now, changing active voice to passive voice in past continuous tense. First, let us see the declarative kind of sentences. The structure of verb in passive voice in past continuous tenses was or were plus being. This being is the be form of verb for the continuous tense plus past participle, which is also called as verb 3. So was is used for the singular subject and were is used for the plural subject. Now let us get into the examples. She was cleaning the cupboard. Here she is singular, and so we use was, the singular be verb. Cleaning is the main verb, so was cleaning together is the verb. What was she cleaning? The cupboard. So this is the object. The object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. And the cupboard is singular, so we use the singular be verb was. The ing in cleaning becomes being, and the main verb is clean, which changes to cleaned. The past participle of clean is cleaned. She changes to her as per the rule of change in pronouns, and so we use by her. So the passive voice is the cupboard was being cleaned by her. Next, he was blowing balloons. He is singular, so we use was. Blowing is the verb plus ing. What was he blowing? Balloons. So this is the object. That object becomes the subject of the passive voice. So we begin balloons. Here balloons is plural, so we use the plural be verb were. Ing in blowing changes to being. And the past participle of the main verb blow is blown. He changes to him, and so we use by him. Balloons were being blown by him. Next, they were painting the fence. They is the subject, which is plural, and so we use were. Were painting is the verb. What were they painting? The fence. So this is the object. The object becomes the subject of the passive voice. So the fence. Here the fence is singular, so we use was. Ing in painting changes to being. The main verb paint, and the past participle of paint is painted. They changes to them in the passive voice, and so we use by them. The fence was being painted by them. This is the passive voice. Next, he was painting portraits. He is singular, so we use was. Painting. Together this is the verb. What was he painting? Portraits. So this is the object. The object becomes the subject of the passive voice. So portraits is the plural form, so we use were. Ing in painting becomes being in the passive voice, so we use were being. Paint is the main verb, and the past participle of paint is painted. He changes to him when it comes to the passive voice, so we write by him. Portraits were being painted by him. Next, was she watching a movie? It is interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences. Was she watching a movie? So she is the subject. It is singular, and so was is used. Watching is the verb plus ing. What was she watching? A movie. So the movie is the subject, and that becomes, movie is the object, and that becomes the subject of the passive voice. Here a movie is singular, so we use was. We begin with was. Was a movie. This ing in the passive voice, that is active voice, becomes being in the passive voice. watch, the past participle of watch is watched, and she changes to her, and so we use by her. Was the movie being watched by her? Next, were students running a race? Here students is plural, so we use the plural be verb were. Running is verb plus ing. What were they running? Race. So race is the object. The object becomes the subject of the passive voice. Race is singular, and so we use was. Was a race. This ing in running changes to being, and the past participle of run is run. Was a race being run by students. Students, we have to write the same students here because it is not a pronoun, it is a noun. So the passive voice is was a race being run by students. Next, who was carrying the bag? Here, who, it is a WH question. The bag is the object. So the bag will come here. It will become the subject of the passive voice. When we begin the sentence question with who, it changes to by whom in the passive voice. Now by whom, bags is plural form. Bags is plural form, so we use the plural be verb where. By whom, where. The bags, ing in carrying changes to being. The past participle of carry is carried. So by whom were the bags being carried? Next, what were they teaching? Now what we have used what? The same WH word should begin in the passive voice too. So they is the plural form here. So we have used where, and this teaching becomes the subject. So what was, this teaching, ing in teaching becomes being here. Teach is the main verb and the past participle is taught. They changes to them. So what was being taught by them? Next, why were they spraying water? They is here, so we use the plural be verb where. So when the question begins with why in the passive voice also, we should begin with why. So why? So water is considered to be singular, so was. Why was water? This ing in spraying becomes being. The past participle of spray is sprayed. They changes to them, and so we use by them. Why was water being sprayed by them? This is the passive voice. Now you have a test. Take your time, pause your video and try to answer them. Now you can check your answers. Yes, here we learnt the changing of active voice to passive voice in the past continuous tense. We learnt the declarative type of sentences, and in the interrogative type of sentences, the transformation of active voice to passive voice. I hope you found this video useful. If you like this video, kindly like, share, subscribe and hit on the bell button. Kindly drop your comments in the comment box. Thanks for watching.